What's going on, everybody? So if you're like me, you were watching the Golden State Warriors and the Oklahoma City Thunder last night, Monday, May 16th, and it was pretty exciting, man. I can't begin to tell you how exciting this game really was. I will tell you this, though. I was tweeting some things about what was going on, and it was concerning to me. It's just the turnovers that OKC has. Now, I understand that Golden State Warriors had a lot of them down the stretch, but that's not typical of, you know what I'm saying, of the Golden State Warriors. But OKC, bro, it's their the turnovers is what makes me so nervous about them. But I've always given them credit, especially this season. Westbrook has been playing like a point guard. Now, what happens is when he starts dishing out assists, yo, the guy is pretty much unstoppable because you can't guard him. You can't stay in front of Westbrook. So when he starts playing like a point guard and thinking like, all right, let me get my guys involved, it becomes more of a situation where you're like, all right, how do I want to get screwed over? Do I want to, you know, which way do I want it? Because the dude's going to give it to you any kind of way. I've been saying this for a while. I believe Russell Westbrook is a top 5 player in the league. And so is Kevin Durant. So they have 2 top players on their team. It's just that it was the way they were meshing. Now, late in the game when he tried to call, you know, when he called the timeout and it was a travel, all that stuff like that, everybody, oh, bro, the refs missed something. Look, the refs are human. The refs are going to do crazy shit. It's not like it's something that is not expected. You expect the refs to do ridiculous things every game, which is why I always say, look, you got to put yourself in a position where the ref cannot take the game away from you. And if you're a returning NBA champion like the Golden State Warriors, you can't be riding that wave of, oh, if I would have got this timeout. No, there's no ifs right now. It shouldn't have come down to that play. Now, there were other plays that were also questionable throughout the game that was going on. But let's just be clear about it. The Splash Brothers wasn't splashing shit when it was necessary. It was a lot of bricks being thrown up. Not typical, again, of OKC, but sometimes you have a bad game. I look at the percentages. Whenever they lost game 1 with the MVP, they win the next game 45% of the time. You have Steph Curry, you have Klay Thompson, you got Draymond Green, you got these boys, Livingston, all these boys. I'm pretty sure they're going to bounce back. But like I said in my previous recap when OKC took out the Spurs, I did not expect them to beat the Spurs. So I don't know what the hell to expect in this series. That's what I'm saying. I still pick Golden State to win it, but it's gonna be a hell war. It's gonna be a fight, bro. People talking about, oh yeah, Golden State Warriors in 5. Look, man, at this point, I don't even know what's going on because, like I said, Russell Westbrook is playing like a point guard. That scares me, bro. When he was a hothead, you could say whatever you wanted to say about OKC. He's not a hothead anymore. He got punched in the face like 6 times. I thought he was in a UFC fight. And the dude kept his composure. And you could see in his face that he'll knock somebody the F out. But he calmed down. This is dangerous. I don't think anybody realizes how dangerous that is. If you make Westbrook feel like he can be calm and win, which is what I believe Billy Donovan is doing, I don't want to play him. Because he's dangerous, bro. You can say whatever you want to say about, all the guys wrote comments, Golden State Warriors is too deep, their bench. I said it. Look, I'm very nervous with the way OKC is playing right now. I didn't think about this earlier in the season because they had so many problems closing out fourth quarters. Now, all of a sudden, they're playing great D in the fourth quarter and making shots. That is a problem for me. If I'm a Golden State Warriors fan, I'm worried. Because the way that they ended the game, that's not typical of them. So anything that changes with me, I identify what the problem is and try to figure out how I can help to change it. This is going to be one of the greatest series ever. Listen, like I said, I'm still riding with Golden State Warriors to win it. But God, listen, I was like glued to the screen with every play, bro. This game was so damn exciting because you got 2 great players on one side. You got, I consider Klay Thompson a great player, and obviously Steph Curry. But I'm really watching OKC because during the regular season, those are the only 2 teams I really watch. Well, 3 teams. I watched the Cavs, OKC, and the Warriors for the most part because those teams give me the most excitement. I would every now and again watch Kobe because he's like 90 years old, and it was hilarious that he was even playing. But the excitement with this game, there's always something going on. But wow, man, wow. OKC is really making noise. I'm sticking to my pick of Golden State Warriors. If you beat them, you beat them. But I'm sticking with my pick because it's logical to me based on the depth of their bench and everything else you know, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with them just based on their team and their chemistry. If OKC wins, like I said in my previous recap before the series even started, I said I would not be surprised if OKC wins this, because they took out the Spurs, bro. Does people realize how difficult it was to beat the Spurs? What did they win? 67 games. That's a well coached. Yeah, listen, that team is correct. They beat the Spurs. You can't take OKC lightly, which I think Golden State did last night, and it didn't work out for them. You guys let me know what you think about it. Are you guys still sticking with your original picks? Is OKC, if you're a Golden State Warrior fan, is OKC making you very nervous at this point? Because you should be. Let me know. Leave it in the comments. Until next time, one love.